It has happened again. A man armed with an assault weapon walked into a store, this time in Jacksonville, Florida, and targeted black people, killing 3.
Plainly put, this shooting was racially motivated, and he hated black people. He wanted to kill.
Shades of the Buffalo supermarket massacre in which 10 African Americans were murdered. Police haven't identified the killer here, only saying he is a white man in his 20s. But new details on his writings revealed the likely motivation for this latest mass shooting in America. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo here now with more. Anthony?
Sandra, police have not identified the 3 victims either, the 2 men and also a woman. But we are learning the carnage could have potentially been even worse. Prior to the shooting at Dollar General, the gunman was apparently on the campus of a nearby historically black university. Had a security guard not asked him to leave for refusing to identify himself, well, you can't help but wonder what could have happened there. A Dollar General in Jacksonville, Florida, the scene of yet another deadly shooting, another place overcome with hate.
Plainly put, this shooting was racially motivated, and he hated black people.
Police say the gunman, a white man in his early 20s, used these guns, one with swastikas on it, to kill 3 black people before turning the firearm on himself.
We must do everything that we can to dissuade this type of hate.
The hate-filled shooting rampage happened just before 2 Saturday afternoon. The gunman from Clay County, police say, armed with an AR-15 style rifle, a handgun, and wearing a tactical vest.
At 1:53 p.m., the shooter's family members called the Clay County Sheriff's Office. By that time, he had already began shooting in Jacksonville.
A dark day in Jacksonville history, Sheriff T.K. Waters called it, marked by a heavy police presence on the city's west side, not far from Edward Waters University.
The people in this community, they're hurting, and they have every right to. This makes no sense.
Trying to make sense of it all is the FBI, investigating the shooting as a hate crime.
They are not only attack on a victim, they are also meant to threaten and intimidate an entire community.
One that is receiving support from across the nation. Reverend Al Sharpton, Martin Luther King III, and Andrea Waters King issuing a joint statement with the Anti-Defamation League. It reads in part, the hate-fueled violence that Dr. King called out 60 years ago and that we condemn today from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial aren't antiquated concerns, but remain a clear and present danger that threatens us all. Now, Jacksonville police believe the shooter did act alone and that he was not part of any hate group. The shooting exactly 5 years after a mass shooting at a Jacksonville video game tournament.